second, folks. Got everything just about set up, just doesn't seem to want to capture Fortnite. Let me just restart Fortnite here. No, it's still not grabbing it. Why? There we go. One more moment. These are all like the trials and tribulations, right? Keep these settings. There we go. Alrighty. I think we actually have everything working here. Similar to how I had it set up with some of the additional stuff. Ooh, I thought something was wrong. Hold on. It was very low. Alrighty, so got everything now all set up. Yeah, pretty much as it was before. Adding some other things in. Have an alert window, which you will see pop up. It's hard to show you, but in the middle of the screen with new subscribers and that sort of type stuff. Dedicated chat box over on the side. A little bit of a frame around the window sort of thing there. If I do have to go for an extended AFK or anything else, I do have a be back soon screen. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. For the moment, be tweaking, playing around with stuff as I can get more done. For anyone potentially watching this on YouTube, there was 2 or 3 videos that I did stream on Twitch before this, which I haven't uploaded to YouTube. They were just doing a couple of matches in between. Really with them, it was just testing out some of the different streaming solutions. Anyone looking at this video and wanting to get some information, wanting to start streaming, that sort of type thing. Oh, there we go. Hold on a sec. I do have to go BRB. Sorry about that. Well, there's a good example of the going to the transition screens. Um, Makes it easy for me to flip back and forth. A lot of the gaming I do is while I'm doing my other job, so I do have to sometimes go AFK to answer those sort of type things. But yeah, as it is, for anyone that's wanting to start to get into streaming, that sort of type thing, like, I'm far from an expert. I have far from the most professional equipment, but if anyone does have questions, they can always ask me on anything that I am using, that sort of thing. From the beginning, I was using it for some other stuff. There's a lot of free software out there. There's a lot of paid software out there too. OBS is probably your most well-rounded, best things that you want to use. Generally, two flavors of OBS that people tend to use. There's OBS Studio, and there's OBS Streamlabs OBS. Both are very, very similar. Both generally have the same functionality. Generally, how they connect to the games, audio, that sort of type thing, are almost identical. One thing that I was doing, Streamlabs OBS has a lot more stuff theme-wise. So the stuff like the frames and stuff you see around my image here, some of the other screens, some of that stuff, direct integration with a lot of different plugins for doing, special things for the Twitch alerts, that sort of type stuff. A lot of that stuff is pre-built in to Streamlabs OBS itself. That's what I was trying to stream with earlier today. I have a decent enough machine. It's a relatively newer Ryzen processor. I'd have to double check exactly which one it is. It's a Ryzen 3300X. It's only a 4-core, 8-thread. Still more than powerful enough to play pretty much any game perfectly fine, but that also doesn't leave a lot of overhead for doing stuff like the streaming. When I was trying to use OBS Streamlabs, I was getting a lot of drop frames. Essentially, my CPU was choking. That's even with setting stuff like having it do as much stuff off the GPU and everything else. It was still just, it didn't like it. Comparatively to what I was streaming with before and what I'm streaming with now, is with regular OBS Studio, it doesn't have that issue. That being said, it's not as user-friendly for some of the other stuff. It doesn't have direct importing of these themes to have the frames and all that sort of stuff in there. You can all do it. It's just a much more manual process. You have to go in and sort of insert the images that's the frame. So you have to have essentially downloaded one of those theme or whatever type packs or created one yourself. Get the images, modify them, get them ready, put them in to be able to import it into here, and then you're having to do a lot more adjustment and that sort of stuff around with it that way. But comparatively, it does not seem to have the same overhead issues that Streamlabs does. But again, you can start integrating some of the Twitch stuff, the alerts and that sort of thing that way. Oh, excuse me one moment. Excuse me. Stuff like the Twitch chat and the alerts and that sort of stuff, those are available through Streamlabs, and you can actually essentially run them in OBS from Streamlabs. So what you have to do is essentially go into a linked Streamlabs account, attach it to, say, like in this case, like your Twitch, and you go in there and then change your settings. So whatever images, whatever theme you want for your announcements and that sort of thing set up. And then what it does is it gives you what they call, I think it's called webhook or whatever. It's essentially an address that Streamlabs will output. And then in OBS, you can actually say, hey, connect to this. Essentially, it's a web page that is outputting that stream chat and whatever to it. So that allows you to have the chat and the alerts and those sort of type things in here. Probably technically any of those things. You could have things that, like do weird things or play certain sounds and special things, like when certain things happen. It probably can all be done from there. I haven't gotten that far myself, but This is a major step up, having proper dedicated chat area and proper notifications when new people sub and that sort of thing, to make those visible. But anyways, yeah, in general, it just tends to work better. We'll just pop into a game here. Should probably very rarely have any frame drop problems on here, versus when I was using Streamlabs, I was getting sometimes 100% frame loss for a second or so. Wasn't the network, wasn't anything else. Everything's exactly the same, hasn't changed. I think just regular OBS just does it better. So depending on what your system is, if you do have a strong enough system, I wouldn't be concerned about it. But again, it depends on what you're running. It's worth playing around with the two. But again, both will work. Both you can do the same sort of thing on. And yeah, hopefully it's enjoyable. Hopefully you guys will, as any other new followers, anything else like that pops on, we'll see those sort of things happen. I don't think I can fake any here. I know from the website you could, but I don't think I can right now. I should go follow myself on a different account, fake a follower. I'm sure a lot of people do that for I'm gonna go to my gas station. I haven't been there in a while. Where's the ice machine? And I'm gonna grab a shotgun while I'm here. So I have one. Noisy chicken. There's a person in here. Who are you? Oh, you're one of those new skins. Dahlia. I get it. That's funny. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, actually made that. Anything good? I'll grab you. Grab you. Ooh, bike. Bike. No! Should have saved my keys. Oh, that sucks too. Because that was with the Keymaster, I think. I want my explosive rifle. This guy's blowing crap up. Ooh, that's a way out there. No, I don't want. No, I was gonna get him, but nah. Nah. Do they have ODM gear? Yes. Nope, I can't get back to it. Ugh, that sucks. I was gonna try to get to it. Wasn't gonna happen. say bots can't hit each other. I can't hit them either. Who's shooting at me? Oh, he's behind the tree somewhere. Of course, you can see me through the tree, right? I can't see you. Sticks. Island. Wow. Why is it a freaking... There are multiple people up there. Oh, I think, yeah, that was a much better test. Everything seems to be working. No dropped frames. So I think we're good to keep going on this method for any future streams. Thank you everyone for watching.